Dear students, good day. Let us start our session with History, Unit 2, Emergence of New Kingdoms in North India. In this session, we are going to learn about Rajputs and contributions of Rajputs and Palas. Introduction. Rajput states formed a collective entity that was called Rajputana. Chittor was prominent and had become the rallying point for all Rajput clans. It was small compared to Malwa and Gujarat. Yet the Rajputs ruled over these states. In memorial of the achievement of Rana of Chittor over Malwa, the Jayastamba, the Tower of Achievement, was built in Chittor. The Pratiharas and the Palas had established their powerful kingdoms in western India and in eastern India respectively. The decline of Pratihara kingdom led to the rise of Palas in Bengal and Chauhans in northwestern India. India's Islamic period might have started in the immediate context of Arabs' conquest of Sindh rather than in AD 1200. Origin of the Rajputs. The word Rajput is derived from a Sanskrit word Rajputra. It means son of king. After the death of Harsha in 647 AD, various Rajput clans established kingdoms in different parts of northern and central India. Their three principal houses are Suryavanshi, which means rays of the sun, Chandravanshi, which means rays of the moon, and Agnikula, which means rays of fire god. Some of the Rajputs claim with special status are the Pratiharas, the Chaukans, the Chalukyas, also called Cholangis, Paramaras of powers. All the four were the Agnikula origin. The Pratiharas, Gujarat Pratiharas. Pratiharas, also known as Gujarat Pratiharas, one of the four prominent clans ruled in Gujaratra in Jodhpur. In the 6th century AD, Harichandra laid the foundation of Pratiharas dynasty. Nagabhatta I was first and prominent ruler of Pratiharas. He was succeeded by Vatsaraja, who decided to dominate whole of North India. He attempted to control over Kanauj, brought him into conflict with Pala ruler Dharmapala. Vatsaraja's successor was Nagabhatta II. Rambhadra did not do anything impressively. Mihira Bhoja or Bhoja, son of Rambhadra, within few years of his agreement, succeeded in consolidating the power of the Pratiharas. As a strong ruler, Bhoja was able to maintain peace in his kingdom. After Bhoja, the Pratihara Empire continued its full glory for nearly a century. Having successfully resisted the Arabs, the Pratiharas turned their attention towards east. They ruled over large part of Rajasthan, Malwa. They also held Kanauj for some time. The Rajputs battled each other endlessly in 11th and 12th centuries. Taking advantage of this fight, many local kings succeeded in making themselves independent. Palas. Dharmapala, AD 770 to 810. Gopala is the founder of Pala dynasty. He was elected directly by the people for his superior capabilities, and he was not from any royal family. During his rule, from 750 to 770, Gopala laid the foundations for the greatness of this dynasty in Bengal. Gopala's son Dharmapala made the Pala kingdom a powerful force in northern Indian politics. He led a successful campaign against Kanauj. He founded Vikramashila Monastery, great center of Buddhist learning. Dharmapala's son Devapala, who extended easternwards into Kamarupa in Assam. Devapala was also a great supporter of Buddhism. He gifted 5 villages to Buddhists. After Devapala, 5 rulers ruled the regions insignificantly. The kingdom attained unparalleled glory when Mahibala ascended throne in 988. Mahibala I 988 to 1038. Mahibala I was the most powerful ruler of Pala dynasty. He is called the founder of second Pala dynasty. The decline of Pratiharas gave chance to occupy the region in North Indian affairs, but he could not extend his domain beyond the Banaras because of impressive campaigns of Chola king from the south, Rajendra Chola. Mahibala restored the old glory of Palas. He constructed and repaired a large number of religious buildings. The Pala dynasty declined soon after the death of Mahibala. The Chauhans. The Chauhans ruled between AD 956 and 1192 over the eastern parts of the present-day Rajasthan, establishing their capital at Sahambari. Simharaji was a founder of this dynasty. He was popularly known as founder of city of Ajmer. Last king of this dynasty was Prithviraj, was considered the greatest of all Chauhan rulers. He defeated Muhammad Ghori in the first battle of Tarain in the year of 1191. He was defeated and killed in second battle of Tarain in the year of 1192. Contribution of Rajputs to art and architecture. The Rajput courts were centers of culture where literature, music, dance, paintings, fine arts and sculptures flourished. The specific style, Rajput paintings focusing mainly on religious themes, emerged at Rajput courts. Their style of paintings are called Rajasthani. The Rajasthani style can be seen at Bikani, Mewar, Jodhpur and Jaisalmer. Architecture. The Rajputs were the great builders. Examples: Fortress of Chittorgarh, Ranathambu, Mandu, Kumbhalgarh. All these are located in Rajasthan. Gwalior, Sanderi and Asigarh. All these are located in Madhya Pradesh. Domestic architecture of Rajputs are Palace of Mansingh at Gwalior, buildings at Amber, at Jaipur, Lake Palace at Udaipur. Many cities and palaces stand among hills in forts or by the side of beautiful artificial lakes. Temples like Khajuraho Sun Temple in Konark, Dilbara Jain Temple in Mount Abu. Khajuraho in Bundelkhand has 30 temples. Shikharas are most elegant. The exterior and interior parts are decorated by a very fine sculptures. Temples are dedicated to Jain Tirthankaras and Hindu gods like Shiva and Vishnu. There are 16 Hindu and Jain temples at Ocean, which is 32 miles away from Jodhpur. Next about Dilwara Jain temple at Mount Abu. Jain temple at Mount Abu has white marble hall, central dome, 11 concentric rings, and richly sculptured ceilings and pillars. Contribution of Palas to culture. The Pala financially supported the Buddhist temples and universities of Nalanda and Vikramashila. They maintained good relations with the Hindu-Buddhist states. Under Pala support, a distinctive school of art arose called Pala art or Eastern Indian art. The Pala artistic style are flourished in present-day states Bihar, West Bengal and Bangladesh. It was chiefly represented by bronze sculptures, palm leaf paintings celebrating the Buddha and other gods. The Pala bronze sculptures played an important part in spread of Indian culture in Southeast Asia. Advent of Islam. Islam is a religious faith originated in Mecca, Arabia. The founder of Islam was Prophet Muhammad. The followers of Islam are called Muslims. An Islamic state, especially the one ruled by a single religious and political leader called Caliphate. Caliphate means representative of Prophet Muhammad. Two early caliphates are Umayyads and Abbasids. Both expanded their rule separately by their conquest and preaching the principles of Islam. In the 8th century, India, the Arab presence in the form of Muslim army and captured the Sindh. Further expansion made impossible by the kings of Gangetic Plains and Deccan. By the end of 9th century, decline of Abbasid Caliphate, the Arab garrison in India elsewhere through of Caliphate control started to rule independently. Arab conquest of Sindh and its impact. In 712, Muhammad bin Qasim was commander of Umayyad kingdom invaded Sindh. Qasim defeated ruler of Sindh, Dahir, killed him in the battle. Qasim extended his conquest. He organized administration of Sindh. The people of Sindh were given the status of protected subjects. There was no interference in the lives and religions of the people. Arab scholars visited Sindh to study many Indian literary works. They translated many Sanskrit books, that is, astronomy, philosophy, mathematics, medicine into Arabic. They learned the numeral 0 to 9 from India. Until then, people in the West did not know the use of zero. Importance of zero learnt by them from India. Muhammad of Ghazni. Muhammad is said to have conducted 17 raids into India. Initially, raids were against the Shagi kingdom. He defeated the king Jayabala in 1001. Jayabala's successor Anandabala battled against Muhammad, but he was defeated in Battle of Vaihind near Peshawar. As a result of his success at Vaihind, Muhammad extended his rule over in Punjab. The subsequent raids of Muhammad, India were aimed at plundering the North India rich temples and cities. In 1011, he raided Nagarkot in Punjab hills and Taneshwar near Delhi. In 1081, Muhammad plundered holy city of Mathura, and he also attacked the Kanuj. His next raid took place in Gujarat, and Muhammad died in 1030 AD. Muhammad of Ghor or Muhammad of Ghori. He became independent after the death of Muhammad. Muhammad Ghori brought Ghazni under his control, and having made his position strong and secure at Ghazni, Muhammad turned his attention to India. Unlike Muhammad of Ghazni, he wanted to extend his empire by conquering India. In 1175, Muhammad captured Multan, occupied whole of it in his subsequent expeditions. In 1186, he attacked Punjab and captured it. The Battle of Tarain. Prithviraj defeated Muhammad near Delhi in the year of 1191. This was called First Battle of Tarain. To avenge this defeat, Muhammad made serious preparation and gathered a huge army. He arrived his large force in Lahore via Peshawar and Multan. He sent a message to Prithviraj asking him to acknowledge his supremacy, became a Muslim. But Prithviraj rejected proposal and prepared his army for the battle. But Second Battle of Tarain in 1092, Prithviraj was captured and killed. The Second Battle of Tarain was a major disaster for Rajputs. After the death of Muhammad in 1206, his most capable general Qutbuddin Aibak left behind in India, took control of Muhammad's territories in India and declared himself as first Sultan of Delhi. In this session, we learnt about Rajputs, contributions of Rajputs and Palas. Thank you.